Hey everyone, today I want to share with you a thought from John chapter 4 verses 4 through 7. He, being Jesus, had to go through Samaria on the way. Eventually he came to the Samaritan town of Sychar, near a field that Jacob had given to his son Joseph. Jacob's well was there, and Jesus, tired from the long walk, sat wearily beside the well at about noontime. Soon a Samaritan woman came to draw water, and Jesus said to her, "Please give me a drink." Now, as you might have already figured out, this is the beginning of the story of Jesus sitting down at the well with the Samaritan woman and her having a life-altering encounter with him. I maybe in the next day or two I'll spend some time talking more in depth about this story, but I gotta admit I was stopped in my tracks really with just one line that was in this text. Jacob's well was there. Now, we know who Jacob was. We have a lot of his exploits accounted in the book of Genesis, and so we know a lot of details about his life, but this well we don't really have any information on. So the assumption is that this well really was just for the purpose of providing water, nourishment, refreshment to Jacob's family and his people, as well as their flocks. And so this wasn't something that had supernatural significance on the surface. It wasn't something that was symbolic. It was just an act of necessity. It was just something that he did because that's what he needed to do to make it through that season of life. I'm sure that Jacob had absolutely no clue that one day Jesus and this Samaritan woman would have an exchange that altered her existence and gave us one of the greatest teachings on worship in the history of humanity. Now, in the 1600s, someone measured this well that Jacob had dug, and they measured it at over 100 feet in depth, and there was 15 feet of water inside the well. I want you to think about that for a moment. Jacob went all in. I mean, he dug a serious well right there. I mean, he did it with excellence. He did it the best that he could. I mean, he gave great effort for creating this source of refreshing. Now, he had no idea, as we said before, that hundreds of years later, this would be the staging point for somebody else's breakthrough. I want you to think about that for a moment. Sometimes we are so fixated on the moment. We are so locked in on what's right in front of our face. And at times maybe we're discouraged because we don't see the progress that we hope. Maybe we wonder if we're being fruitful, if we're doing something that's effective or has any worth at all. And I just want you to take some encouragement today. Whether you feel like things are going great or you feel like things aren't going so well, take some encouragement from Jacob's life. You and I have absolutely no idea the scope of our actions. It's possible that today something that you do is going to set off a chain of events that creates a move of the Holy Spirit that changes people's lives. Now, I'm not talking about some scientific fallacy known as the butterfly effect. I'm talking about being a part of God's kingdom and resting in the joy that He has ways that are higher than our ways. His thoughts are so far beyond our thoughts that in His sovereignty, He can take something that you and I do in this moment and use it at some point down the road to change the world. So go ahead, Jacob. Dig your well. Do it the best that you can. Give as great an effort as you can. And let the supernatural of God carry that act wherever He pleases. Because what you're doing, I promise you, is making a difference at some point and somewhere and in somebody's life. I love you, and I thank you for all that you're doing. Be blessed.